Vice Chair, board members, interim CEO, staff, and members of the public. I will just remind everyone to please silence your cell phones and other electronic devices. If you're a presenter, please speak directly and clearly into the microphone, as I am. I mean, not this close, but. Vice Chair, there are no members of the public wishing to provide comments. As such, we will proceed with the regular calendar. The first order of business is to adopt the minutes of the prior regular meeting held on Thursday, February 23rd, 2023. Do I have a motion?
So moved, Gavin.
Thank you.
Second.
Seconded by Vice Chair.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
None opposed? Thank you. Vice Chair, would you like to provide any remarks?
Just good morning, everyone. I'm glad to see you out here. Oh, excuse me. Good morning, everyone. Glad to see everyone here on this cold, which was supposed to be a spring day, but not so much. But thank you very much, and I'm glad that we're moving forward in the right direction. And thank you all for all your efforts in making this, to use a military vernacular, making NYCHA be all that it can be. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Interim CEO, would you like to provide any remarks?
Yes, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to let everyone know that we had a fantastic day in Albany on Tuesday. We had 10 buses filled with residents, and we had incredible support from our state legislators in support of getting ERAP funding for our residents. As most of you know, ERAP was a federal program that was intended to provide tenants with support for arrears that had accrued during the pandemic. Unfortunately, New York State was the only state that deprioritized subsidized housing. So over the past 2.5 years, our tenants have accumulated a debt of over close to $500 million, $466 million, which is really affecting our ability to operate. We have about 73,000 households that are in arrears. The average household arrears are about $6,000. And as most of you know, the average income for a NYCHA family or a NYCHA household is about $24,000. So you can imagine just how catastrophic that is. But we are super hopeful and forever positive that we will make it into the final budget, which should be finalized either later this week or early next week. And if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. But again, if you look at some of the photos that we have, really, really awe-inspiring to see the residents, NYCHA staff, and our legislature all getting together for this very important cause.
Thank you.
Great.
We'll now proceed directly to the calendar items, of which there are 12. Item 1, Camille.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Camille Key Smith, Director of General Services for the New York City Housing Authority. And this morning I'm presenting Board Resolution Number 1, which seeks to ratify the Memorandum of Understanding between the New York City, I always stumble on this one, New York City Department for Citywide Administrative Services, DCAS, and NYCHA. Under this MOU, DCAS continues to assume duties relating to the provision of vehicle repair, fueling, and administrative services for the authority's approximately 900 vehicles, on-road vehicles, approximately 1,200 pieces of horticultural equipment, and approximately 28 generators. These duties include, but are not limited to, providing the authority with fleet management and confidential daily performance reporting, contract administration for repairs, servicing and contract tows, coordinating motor vehicle inspections and preventative maintenance inspections for all authority vehicles, providing repairs for collision damage to authority vehicles, fueling services via fuel contracts, and finally, providing safety training for authorized drivers. DCAS will invoice the authority on a monthly basis for the services and goods as outlined in the MOU, with no additional fees incurred by the authority. And the authority in turn will reimburse DCAS for actual other than personnel services expenditures in fleet servicing and fuel. It is estimated that the authority will spend $5,315,669.76 on vehicle repairs in 2023, with an annual 6% increase for each of the subsequent 4 years, totaling a 5-year cost of $29,964,924.57. Additionally, it is estimated that the authority will spend $4,200,713.91 to fuel on-road vehicles, horticultural equipment, and generators in 2023. Understanding the environmental and economic factors do significantly impact fuel prices, the authority estimates here a 10% increase each year, for a total 5-year cost of $25,645,778.50. The total estimated cost for these two services for the 5-year period, beginning February 11th, 2023, and continuing through February 10th, 2028, will be $55,610,703.07. By way of background, and pursuant to Board Resolution 1712-2018, the authority entered into an MOU with DCAS for fleet maintenance, fueling, and related services for the authority's fleet. The 2018 MOU expired on February 10th of this year, 2023. And the approval to enter into this MOU, the 2023 MOU, prior to board approval was received by the Supply Management and Procurement Department from the Chief Procurement Officer on January 23rd, 2023. And therefore, I am requesting your approval to ratify this MOU with DCAS to provide vehicle repair, fueling, and administrative services for the authority's on-road vehicles and equipment. And I'm happy to take any questions.
Right, there are none. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, everyone.
Item 2, Dan.
Good morning, board members. My name is Dan Green. I'm the Senior Vice President for Healthy Homes, overseeing the lead, asbestos, and mold programs. I'm here with one item today, which is seeking authorization to request ratification of an amendment to an IDIQ contract awarded to Joseph Environmental for lead-based paint abatement, which was authorized by prior board resolution 20-129-4 for an initial 2-year term with a 1-year renewal option. So this is requesting to extend for an additional 12 months and a contract capacity increase by $5 million to fund the remaining work for the final year of the contract, which was commenced originally on January 1st, 2023, and will continue through January 20th, 2024. And that's it.
No questions. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you very much.
Item 3, Keith.
Morning. Keith Grossman, Senior Vice President, Operational Support Services. I'm here to present item number 3, which is a contract capacity increase for Richards Plumbing and Heating Company for $3,250,000. This requirement contract provides for general plumbing maintenance. The scope of work includes, but is not limited to, furnishing all labor, materials, equipment, and incidentals required to perform general plumbing maintenance for the repair and or replacement of defective plumbing parts associated with boilers, hot water heaters, heat exchanger, pumps, boiler room plumbing systems, and tank room plumbing systems. All corroded and plugged up drain piping must be replaced, and all piping material used under this contract must be new. Richards Plumbing must obtain all necessary permits and must request all necessary inspections from jurisdictions having authority, including the New York City Department of Buildings, Department of Environmental Protection, and Department of Transportation. Pursuant to Board Resolution 20-10/28-26, the notice to proceed was issued for a 3-year term, which commenced on December 7th, 2020, and is continuing through December 6th, 2023. There have been 2 prior contract capacity increases for a total amount of $6,500,000. The approval to issue this contract capacity increase to this requirement contract prior to the board approval was received by the Supply Management and Procurement Department from the Chief Procurement Officer on December 27th, 2022. This contract capacity increase is required to increase the not to exceed amount in order to fund the continued provision of services during the remainder of the initial 3-year term. A BNC is not required. 7,000 labor hours, 25%.
7,500 labor hours.
7,500 labor hours.
1,875, section 3 labor hours.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 4, Fiona. I'm sorry, is there a question?
No, statement. I just wanted to thank you very much on your efforts with the rat infestations and the compactors that are being taken care of at various developments. Thank you very much. It's something that's really needed. Thank you again.
My pleasure to serve and appreciate your thanks.
Thank you, Fiona.
Hi, good morning, board members. I'm Fiona Carbon, Director of Procurement Operations Department. I will be presenting item number 4 for your consideration. Item number 4 for your consideration respectfully requests board ratification of a contract award in the amount of $3 million with Crystal Window and Door Systems Ltd., a certified minority company for the purchase and delivery of aluminum apartment windows and accessories. With the board's ratification, the agreement would be funded for a period of 3 years, having commenced on December of 2022 through December of 2025. Award to Crystal Window and Door System was issued as an emergency contract. Given exigent circumstances, including backlog and delay in the provisioning of windows and limited suppliers available to meet the authority's specification requirements, additional vendor resources to supplement aluminum window manufacturing and delivery were necessary to mitigate the impact to resident quality of life, health, and safety. Given the proposed contract is for goods, a Section 3 plan is not required. A vendor name check was requested on November 14, 2022, and is pending. Therefore, the Supply Management Department respectfully recommends that the members approve this ratification. Are there any questions?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that a full VNC is pending, however, a condensed responsibility check was performed prior to the award.
Of course.
Thank you. Item 5, David.
Thank you. Good morning, board members. I'm David Brody. I'm the Interim Executive Vice President for Legal Affairs and General Counsel of NYCHA, and I am presenting item number 5 on today's calendar. This item, which involves 14 law firms in total, seeks authorization to enter into 1 retainer agreement and permit the commencement of 13 additional retainer agreements for legal defense of all tort claims and resulting lawsuits, commencing on or about April 1st, 2023, and continuing through March 31st, 2028. The term of each retainer agreement includes an initial 2-year term and 3 one-year renewals. HUD requires NYCHA to hire outside counsel to handle tort claims and resulting lawsuits in order to maintain and continue the authority's self-insurance reserve program. To deliver the required outside legal services, NYCHA issued a request for proposals to obtain the legal services of law firms to defend the authority's court cases. The RFP was advertised in the city record and on the authority's website. The RFP was viewed by 54 vendors, and of those, 15 firms submitted proposals. After evaluation and the receipt of best and final offers, 14 firms were chosen, including 1 MWBE firm. The names of the selected firms are Lester Schwab, Katz and Dwyer LLP, Wilson Elser Moskowitz Edelman and Dicker, Cullen and Dykeman, Hamel O'Brien Cloutier, Dempsey, Pender and Kohler, Hertzfeld and Rubin, Crescent Flores, Leahy and Johnson, Louis Brisboes, Bisgard and Smith, Louis Johns Avalone Aviles, Newman Myers, Krez Harris, Russo and Gould, Torino and Bernstein, Abrams, Gorlick, Friedman and Jacobson, and last but not least, Quinteros, Prieto, Wood and Boyer. The estimated 5-year cost of all 14 agreements will not exceed $60 million. 6,275 labor hours are projected across the agreements in connection with Section 3 compliance on account of 2 firms. The remaining firms have all made various commitments, including resident employment, training, or internships in alignment with the other economic opportunities sought by NYCHA in this procurement. I should note that while 13 of the 14 agreements have already been executed, none of them have taken effect yet. If this item is approved, all agreements will take effect on April 1st, with the exception of one agreement, which will take effect on April 18th. Accordingly, the Law Department recommends that the members approve this item and permit the execution of the agreement with Lester Schwab, Katz, and Dwyer, and the commencement of the 13 other retainer agreements as stated. Are there any questions?
Just a comment, if I may, about reaching out to additional MDWE firms for the future. We talked about that on the
Yes,
briefing,
during the
and I think
Q&A.
it is important what you suggested, which is to have some briefing sessions to acquaint other firms with what they might participate with.
Yeah, I think what I gave this a little more thought, Board Member Gavin, and the affinity bar associations are probably a good place
I
for
thought
us
of that
to start.
too, yeah.
In Manhattan, but also in the boroughs. Each of them has, to varying degrees, affinity bar associations that we can certainly make outreach to and get on their website or get on their agenda.
Exactly, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, David. Item 6, Jimmy?
Good morning, board members. My name is Jimmy Santana. I am the interim VP for Brooklyn Operations. And for your consideration, I am going to be presenting item number 6. Item number 6 seeks authorization to award the requirement contract between the authority and Earthlink General Construction for repairs and replacement of apartment entrance and basement doors. This is a 2-year requirement contract with a 1-year renewal option to the exercise of the authority's sole discretion. This requirement contract provides for the repair and replacement of apartment entrance and basement doors. The scope of work includes, but is not limited to, furnishing all labor, materials, supervision, and equipment required for the repair and replacement of apartment entrance and basement doors. Earthlink will respond to repair requests on a call as needed basis. For the contract, Earthlink must respond within 24 hours to an emergency service call and within 72 hours for a non-emergency call. All doors should be guaranteed against warpage for 3 years, starting from the date of final acceptance. Should this event occur, it is the responsibility of Earthlink to replace each door at no additional cost to the authority. Warranty includes installation and finishings that may be required due to the repair or replacement of defective doors. This contract is for various Manhattan developments, and the dollar amount is $7,005,440.42. It's a minority business-owned enterprise, and the hiring plan has a total estimated labor hours of 46,500 hours, and the Section 3 total projected labor hours is 11,625. Any questions related to this item number 6, board members, respectfully?
No questions? Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Will come up.
Good morning, Interim CEO, board, colleagues. My name is Oliver Oswin. I'm the Vice President for Project Management in the Asset and Capital Management Department. I'll be presenting the next 4 items. Item 7 seeks authorization to award this contract to the lowest responsive and responsible bidder, SRR Holdings LLC, for an HVAC system upgrade, roofing replacement, and rooftop structure renovation at the community center located in Building 8 at Tilden Houses. in the amount of $2,282,786. The scope of work includes, but is not limited to, the installation and repair of HVAC systems and ancillary work and roofing replacement and rooftop structure renovation and related work, including asbestos and lead abatement. The contract term duration is for 1 year and 3 months. And of the total 1,440 estimated labor hours, 360 are Section 3, which represents 25% of the overall. Any questions?
Great, no questions. Proceed.
On behalf of the Energy and Sustainability Department, I would like to withdraw items 8, 9, and 10 from this board. The stated contract amounts are incorrect and will be amended, and these items will be presented in the April report.
Thank you. Items 11 and 12, Pedro.
Interim CEO, Vice Chair, board members. I'm Pedro Alberto Sáenz Tavares, the Program Director for ANCM. I oversee the programs for elevators, community centers, interior compactors, waste yards, and heating. I'm here to present items 11 and 12 for your consideration. Item 11 seeks authorization to ratify change order 104 to contract 18-22-22. 5 awarded to Freeman Mechanical Inc. for heating system replacement at bath houses. This is a request for ratification of a change order in the amount of $185,731.27. Change order 104 is required to furnish and install labor and materials and equipment for the installation of piping, fittings, neutralizing kits, and for the preparation of chaperones to properly route condensate drain connections at the base of the new exterior exhaust flues for the gas hot water heaters at buildings 1 through 9 to the interior building drains. The contract did not include drawings or details for this work. Freeman Mechanical proposed the cost for this change order of $227,048.27. The Authority Consultant Legal Program and Construction Management, PEPC, negotiated this work for $185,731.27. No increase in contract terms is being requested as this work was concurring with previously approved time extensions. No Section 3 hiring is required. Do you have any questions for item 11, or should I proceed to 12? Thank you. Item 12 seeks authorization to ratify change order number 113 to contract 18-22-22-5 awarding to Freeman Mechanical Inc. for heating system replacement at bath houses. This is a request to ratify change order for the amount of $770,000, The contract documents did not specify the sequence of operation controls for the mechanical rooms or the path to run the electrical roughing. This scope was finalized during construction. Freeman Mechanical provided a proposal for this work of $978,541.03, 0 hours CM, estimated the cost of the work at $770,002.35, and successfully negotiated the cost for that, the change order for that cost. This change order work started on May 27, 2022, and is ongoing within the previously approved time extensions. An additional time extension will be requested in the future. We have delays from the fire department to approve the fire alarm system, so we cannot test the equipment. All the work is installed until they give us approval. We cannot test it. And as of today, we don't have it. ANCM capital programs respectfully request authorization to ratify change order 104 and 113 to contract with Freeman Mechanical in the amount of $955,733.62. Any questions?
Okay, just want to make one correction in the record. Section 3 hiring plan is not required, but the amount of new hires was 0 for each change order. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Vice Chair, 12 items were presented for board approval. 3 items, 8 through 10, were requested to be withdrawn. May I have a motion to withdraw items 8 through 10 and approve the remaining 9 items, 1 through 7 and 11 and 12?
So moved.
Seconded by?
Gavin?
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed. Thank you so much. And Vice Chair, and being that all matters before the board today have been addressed, may I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion.
Seconded by?
Austin?
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed. Thank you so much. The recorded end time is 10:29. Thank you all. The next NYCHA board meeting is scheduled for Thursday, April 27, 2023 at 10 a.m. in person in this room. See you then. Thanks all.
Thank you.
Thank you.